Mahatma Gandhiji on tolerance, that is equality of religions. 1. I do not like the word tolerance, but could not think of a better one. Tolerance may imply a cost-free notion of the inferiority of other faiths to one's own, whereas ahimsa teaches us to entertain the same respect for the religious faiths of others as we accord to our own, thus admitting the imperfection of the latter. 2. This admission will be readily made by a seeker of truth who follows the law of love. If we had attained the full vision of truth, we would no longer be mere seekers, but would have become one with God, for truth is God. But being only seekers, we accuse our mission and are conscious of our imperfection. And if we are imperfect ourselves, religion, as conceived by us, must also be imperfect. 3. We have not realized religion in its perfection, even as we have not realized God. Religion of our conception, being thus imperfect, is always subject to a process of evolution and reinterpretation. Progress towards truth, towards God, is possible only because of such evolution. And if all faiths outlined by men are imperfect, the question of comparative merit does not arise. 4. All faiths constitute a revelation of truth, but all are imperfect and liable to error. Deep respect for other faiths need not blind us to their faults. We must be keenly alive to the defects of our own faith also, yet not leave it on that account, but try to overcome those defects. Looking at all religions with an equal eye, we would not only never hesitate, but would think it as our duty to blend into our faith every acceptable feature of other faiths. 5. The question then arises, why should there be so many different faiths? The soul is one, but the bodies which she animates are many. We cannot reduce the number of bodies, yet we recognize the unity of the soul. Even as a tree has a single trunk, but many branches and leaves, so is there one true and perfect religion, but it becomes many as it passes through the human medium. The one religion is beyond all speech. Imperfect men put it into such language as they can command, and their words are interpreted by other men equally imperfect. 6. Whose interpretation is to be held to be the right one? Everybody is right from his own standpoint, but it is not impossible that everybody is wrong. Hence the necessity for tolerance, which does not mean lack of interest towards one's own faith, but a more intelligent and purer love for it. Tolerance gives us spiritual insight, which is as far from extremism as the North Pole from the South. 7. True knowledge of religion breaks down the barriers between faith and faith. Cultivation of tolerance for other faiths will impart to us a truer understanding of our own. Tolerance obviously does not disturb the difference between right and wrong or good and evil. The reference here throughout is naturally to the principal faiths of the world. They are all based on common fundamentals. They have all produced great saints.